Time for some late night Sooner talk. And we got to talk quarterbacks, half-ass play calling, and excuses. Always excuses. All right. Well, I guess the somehow the intro didn't go through, but that's all right. Welcome back to Hall of Fame college football. I'm your host, Jason Watkins. If you love college football, you know you're in the right place. So before you forget, smash the red subscriber button, like the video, and don't forget to ring the bell so you don't miss a moment of Hall of Fame college football. Okay, where we at? Welcome into the show, Blessed Vet, Zofix. We should be getting the crew out of Coach Rick's show here shortly. So we'll just sit and talk. We're going to do this as a call-in show. I'm going to have a few things to say about what we were talking about on the other show, the Sooners recap. Yeah, it's a lot about this. What's up there, T Boomer? Killer Horse. Good to see you guys. T Boomer, you already off the other show? Y'all finished? T Boomer. Let's see. Everybody else is over on that other show. I don't want to pull y'all away from that because they were talking some good stuff. So I'll just we'll keep it kind of light until everybody shows up. All right. Tough day at the office for both of us. Man. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, no doubt. It's a shame that it's kind of come down to this, but I think it has come down to this at this point. And it's what it amounts to is we're watching. It's kind of, even to me, it's more excruciating because we're watching it kind of happen in slow motion. You're good enough to beat certain teams. You're not good enough to beat others with what's going to happen, with the way that they're playing right now, right? But Blessed Vet's talking about, I was with you on everything. You were trying to talk sense into Mr. Mason about playing Hawkins, spitting facts. He really didn't have any comeback. Look, I got love for Mr. Mason, and I'm not going to just hate on him here. He's not here to defend himself on that. And I said what I had to say to him, and he knows where I am on it. But what I don't like is this idea. I hate it when people just say the same shit. And what we hear, and it's not even just him saying it. There's a lot of people that'll say the same thing over and over again. Is that why would we even think about Michael Hawkins? Because he's not good. We haven't gotten an opportunity to find out whether he's good or not. And what I would tell you is the things that I've seen from Michael Hawkins leads me to believe that he's got talent. It needs to be brought out. You're not going to bring that out on the sideline, not giving him reps, doing this and that. You're not going to bring that out there, right? You've got 4 games left, and you're sitting at 2 losses. Another loss probably sinks your season. But I would tell you that, and it's not. I'm not saying that it's entirely Mateer's fault either. I'm telling you, it's half-ass play, Killer Horse. And it's easy to look. I love this stuff right here because here's where it gave up too many points. The defense did. You have to look at both sides of this thing. The defense has been put in a bad position. The 2 games that they've lost, you've put this defense in bad positions both of those times. You have. At some point, you're going to have to put the defense in we watched it happen. How the people that don't see this don't see it is hard for me to understand. It really is, because I have a hard time understanding where it is that you come up with this is the way, because they don't hold them, they don't hold them to no points at all or whatever the hell it is that it's going to be on the defense. Now, I'm going to tell you the defense had its problems today. It had its problems getting the guys down and stuff like that, but look, and you got to get off the field on 3rd and 4th down. Totally agree with that, right? Totally agree with that, 100%. But the other thing I'm going to tell you is that you come out there and you get a stop after they, after your defense, you get them to go 3 and out. after your offense had just not 3 and out, but you get a stop after your defense goes out there and okay, so you have the 75-yard play that got them back in position, right? Then then your offense goes 3 and out. They get the ball back. You get a stop, right? Then you go down there and then you have a punt return gets fumbled. So they get the ball right back. These are the things that kill you in the end, and that's a special teams gaffe. That's a problem that you can't be having with Sategna. We've seen him fumble it before. It's worrisome, right? But it's hard to just act like, they go down there and what happens after that, right? Let's go back and look at some of this stuff. I mean, because we do need to go through this and kind of talk about on the play-by-play, here's what happens, right? Okay, you got the 11-play, 75-yard drive in the start of the fourth quarter. That's huge, okay? Then Oklahoma immediately, they punt. It wasn't a 3 and out, but they punt. Then they force a 3 and out. What happens? You end up with you end up going down there and scoring part of that as well. Look, guys, you're going to have to, you figure. You guys still get me here? Oy vey. What are you fucking talking about? I don't believe him. It's here. That's what I'm saying. Mars? And that's a change for you, Mars. Yeah. Okay. Was I off for a second there, Neilio? I don't know what happened. It just said that I'm in the hotel and it just said that my Wi-Fi was out. Or I had to like re-sign up for it. I don't know what happened. But it kicked me back off, I guess. All right. Cool. Sorry about that. Well, I don't know what did that shit. I'm not sure what that happened during. I'm not sure what that happened during. What were you saying? Okay. Not tripping. What Killer Horse, how is it that you feel like you're not tripping? Okay. All right. I'll tell you what, guys. Let's just make this easier. All right, let's make this easier. I'm gonna let you guys call in. I won't put your face up. Call in, say what you got to say. You'll get 1 minute to make your point. I'll give you 1 minute, and then we'll go from there. Just about this thing, because I'm gonna tell you, but I'm gonna do it after I say this. Look, yeah. Listen, I tend to listen to what you have to say for the most part, Mars. I'm not dissing you on it. I'm not dissing you on it. Killer Horse. What I tell you what, I want to hear what Killer Horse has to say too, though. I want to hear what he has to say too. So I'm gonna let y'all call in. Here's my point. And I'm not just being a hater either, by the way. Here's the deal. Who's this really on? The problem is that this is really on. He's good, bro, but he's not playing right now. Why? Why isn't he playing right now? I'm going to tell you why. We've come to a point right now. We have come to a point where what Arbuckle is about. This is my opinion. I'm going to give you my opinion on it, and this is what I was trying to say on the other show. My opinion is simple: that the reason that Mateer continues to get force fed the football, continues to play from week to week, injured, not injured. If he's not injured, it's even worse because that means he's just playing bad for the sake of playing bad. Now, I'm not saying that he was awful today. He wasn't, okay? He wasn't great either. And half-ass play isn't going to cut it. I know one thing. He's not running the football the way he was before. In those first 4 weeks, he was running with reckless abandon, dropping his shoulder, making an extra yard, had a little wiggle to him, right? Not afraid to get out there and go the extra yard. Since he broke that finger, he hasn't been the same dude. He hasn't been the same dude. Bye. Stupid ass. Stupid. I'm not listening to these fucking Texas fans. I never said that I don't like Mateer. Never. But if we're going to be honest and truthful about what the hell's going on this football team, we have to be honest and truthful about it. What has he shown everybody that says that you guys think he's so great? Tell me. What has he done that makes him so great? And here's the deal. If he's back to himself to what he was in those first 4 games, I'm with you. Play him. Play him. That's who you should play. But he goes out and has 3 interceptions in the Texas game. No touchdowns. He manages the game last week because they ran the freaking football a lot. They had over 30 rushing attempts by the running backs even. Okay? 30. That's game management. You could have had Hawkins do that too. That's fine though. Play him like that. But it seems like all these big games, it's more important for Ben Arbuckle to have his quarterback be the reason that they win or lose. And I don't think that's working here. I was trying to go through what we were talking when I got cut off. I think I was going through the last little sequence there, where you force a punt, 3 and out after you'd given up that long. After you had punted, you force a punt. So they come down, they have their 75-yard drive, and then you go and you have to punt, being Oklahoma, right? They get a touchdown. You come down there, 6-yard run by Xavier Robinson. Then it's Mateer for a 2-yard run. Then Xavier Robinson again for 8 yards. Then for 1. Then Mateer gets sacked. Then Mateer's incomplete, and then they punt. The defense comes right back out, forces a 3 and out, and that's when you have a fumbled punt that turns into points, albeit only a field goal, because your defense came back out there and went -4 yards, -4 yards, -2-yard runs, right? Kawan Lacey and then Trinidad Chambliss had the -4-yard run to start with. They kick a field goal, and they get points out of it because of the fact that you had the fumble punt, which, listen, it's got to be better. It's got to be better for Satana there too. And he's been sketchy with back there. You don't know if he's going to catch it or not, right? But what happens? You turn around and you go on downs again. You're not running the football. Pass. 15-yard penalty, -2-yard run. 7-yard run for X-Rob. They go right back to incomplete ball game. Or not ball game necessarily. They got the ball back even. I mean, you had an opportunity there, and they're not running the football. They're not running the football. All the time that we've been here, we spending all this time lately talking about we got to run the fucking football, and we're not running the football. Or we're trying to run it with John Mateer, who's not even the same runner that he used to be. Because whether or not his hand is really hurt or not anymore, which I think it is still, but let's just say it isn't. He's still not running it the same way that he was. He's trying to protect that hand, whether he's throwing or to running it. And that tells me that's why you have to be better. You have to be better. You have to be better. You have to be better as far as your play calling is concerned, and you've got to be better in terms of what you're doing to execute. You've got to execute. And we're not getting good execution out of John Mateer. So why wouldn't you try Michael Hawkins? Why wouldn't you just try him? I get it that they're probably not going to. Here's the point. They're not going to probably. I see that. One thing that I think that Mr. Mason was right about, I can scream about this at the top of this hill and die on this hill all day long, and they're still not going to do it. You have two. They're gonna burn, or they're gonna go ahead and let him keep his red shirt to leave Oklahoma without letting him play all 4 games and giving your team a chance. And let's just say, hey, look, just like I had said about the South Carolina game, and just like I said about the Texas game, I'm okay with Mateer starting. But if you need to go to somebody else to get a spark and win, why wouldn't you go to Michael Hawkins? You know what? Michael Hawkins had his best game against Tennessee last year, and it was a much better Tennessee defense than the one you're about to face next week. Go back and look at that game. Go look at his completion percentage. Go look at his running. Go look at the way he put his body on the line to win. You're going back against that team. What do you got to lose? I'm concerned with Tennessee's wide receivers. Should be. You should be. You should be. Oh, he's not beating Tennessee. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I doubt that. I mean, I think that right now you feel like it doesn't look very good. It doesn't look like they have much of a chance, right? I don't really see that they have a great chance at it. But, okay. You didn't want Mateer against Texas. I wanted Hawkins in. Okay, cool. Then what do you have against Hawkins playing now? What do we have against Hawkins playing now? I'm just trying to understand it. Because I feel like it's one of them deals that you are rushing the guy back in. And now he's not only does he have an injury issue, he's got a confidence problem. Okay. Sean Dream, all games are winnable if Arbuckle establishes the run. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you for your service, Bless Vet. Appreciate it. Yeah. Again, I don't know that it's going to make any difference. We can scream about it all we want to. The truth is, it's probably not going to happen. But I feel like this is a situation where I don't know why, if you're Brent Venables, that you would leave this firefight. And I'm talking about obviously. I'm making an example. Why would you get out of this fight when you still got rounds in your weapon? You still got mags on your waist that you can load into your weapon. Leave it all out there. And we haven't seen this offense really do anything much. I mean, we've still yet to see them score over 26 points, right? Haven't seen it yet in an SEC game. 26 is the most. You know what? This is where I'm going to tell you, Sunrise, this is a stupid comment. And when you say stupid comments, I got to call you stupid. He hasn't shown that he's even close to Mateer. What has Mateer done lately? Please. You're one of the same people. Go back and watch what I was talking about. Go back and watch the coaches show, that Sooner Coaches Talk show. One time. Bill Bedenbaugh was on there the week after Kent State. The week after Kent State. And they're talking about not knowing whether Mateer was going to play and all that kind of stuff. And they got to the talk about Hawkins. And he said, you know what? I want to tell you that we did an awful job as an offensive line of protecting him in that game. They had a dude on the edge, and he was beating Simmons like he stole something. Pretty much on every play. He said that he had never seen what they were doing before. Never seen it. And therefore, we put him in the situation that it was bad for him. And it made him look bad. And I apologize for that happening. We've got to do a better job. He said basically all those things more than once. Nobody wants to hear about that. They just want to talk about the 3 bad throws that he had on one damn series. And you know what? Nobody wants to talk about the 5 straight series that he led to points. The Mateer hasn't done that, including during those first few games. Illinois State didn't do 5 straight scoring drives. Didn't do 5 straight scoring drives against Temple. He didn't have 5 straight scoring drives against Auburn either. I'm just saying. Why? I mean, we talk about one little small sample size, and that's all you got. We've got games on game of sample size for Mateer that says he's not getting it done either, and you're telling me that Hawkins isn't better than that? Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense, because you can't have it both ways. Even against Temple, how many plays did he play, Sooner Ace? How many plays did he play? That was his first action period the entire season. How many plays did he play? 3, 4? Lame. It's a lame ass shit, dude. Yeah, he's going to be redshirted and hit the portal. Yeah, no shit. SC Dub, no shit. That's what's going to happen. The problem is, and see, Hawkins can stress the defense opening things up. That's something that it would have been cool if Mateer was still able to do that. He's not able to do that. He doesn't have the speed that Hawkins has. He doesn't have the quickness Hawkins has. He doesn't have the arm that Hawkins has either. You want to tell me about accuracy when he passed for 52% against Texas? You want to talk about accuracy? 52% and a bunch of damn turnovers? Cool. Love hearing shit like that. Today was 17 to 31. That's just over 50%. $17 to $31. I mean, I'm just saying. That's 54% completion percentage today. 54%. Cool. You know what's crazy though? Is that you say things like that. He was one read and gone guy, right? That's what you say. Nobody talks about, I mean, I hear people all the time, in fact, I was having this conversation with a friend of mine the other day. I hear people all the time talking about how Jackson got a raw deal at Oklahoma because of how shitty Seth Luttrell was, right? It's too bad that Jackson got that raw deal. Even today, even right now, after what we've watched him do at Auburn, Jackson got a raw deal. I hear it all the time. All the time. I never hear that about Michael Hawkins having a raw deal last year. Never. He got in for 4 plays against Temple, and he came in against Kent State, led to 5 straight scoring drives, then had one bad series. No turnovers, 1 bad series, and he's not good. It just doesn't even make sense. Oh, really? He was leading all quarterbacks and was number 1 odds to win the Heisman for weeks. before he got hurt. Now he's back. He's had a couple bad games. I believe he's a dog. We've seen it. Cool. He's not a dog right now. He's dog awful. He hasn't been good. He hasn't been good. You can say what you want to say about leading up to the injury. I'm telling you, since the injury, I said the same thing. Since the injury, what has he done? Since the injury, what has he done? Here's the thing. We'll never know that. And if you're just going to automatically assume that I have a problem with that, what I have a problem with what I'm seeing from Interior, it's not even so his 2 out of his last 3 starts, he passed for 52% completions and 54% completions. Today he had 1 touchdown. QBR of 45.5, average 7 yards per completion. I mean, 17 yards, 1.3 yards a carry. Boy, I tell you what, we can't replace that shit. Can't replace that. He's not the guy right now. He's not. He was solid against South Carolina. Let's go back to that game. Let's talk about that game a little bit. He was solid against South Carolina is what he says. All right. Let's go back to that game. $18 to 26 for 150 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, better. He's got 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions in the last 3 games. I mean, and in that game last week, at least in that game last week, they had 31 rushing attempts actually by the running backs to John Mateer's 8. Today, not so much. What are we talking about with this racism stuff? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that stuff. That's not what I said. And don't put those words in my mouth. Don't put those words in my mouth. Yeah. And that's the thing. How many times today do you see open dudes run across the field? His play is not good enough for him to be in the game is the point I'm trying to make, man. Tears playing just like he did against Wyoming last year. That's how I know it's not his hand. I'm from Muskogee too, ST Dub. Yeah, maybe so. They definitely did give him that. Coach V talked about that too, Ginger. You're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong. It is what it is. But here's the thing: you've got to look at everything in totality too, right? You got to look at everything in totality. All right, I'll send the link out. Hold on, real quick. Give me 1 second. I'll get a drink of water real quick. Check out this commercial, and I'll have the link in there by the time I get back. Hey, Jason Watkins here with Hall of Fame College Football. And if you are ready to back your favorite team, the Sooners, and fade that Texas hype train every Saturday this fall, there's only one place to do it: my bookie. Right now, you can double your first deposit up to $1,000 when you sign up at hofmedia.us/mybookie1000. That's hofmedia.us/mybookie1000. Yep, 100% deposit bonus, and it takes less than 5 minutes to get started. Whether you're betting college football, rolling the dice in the online casino, or dropping a 10-leg parlay on SEC Chaos, MyBookie has everything you need. Bet anytime, anywhere, on the go, at the tailgate, or yelling at the refs from your couch. Just don't talk trash. Put your money where your mouth is. Hit that link, hofmedia.us/mybookie1000, and get your deposit bonus today. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie and Hall of Fame college football. All right. All you got to do is click that link in there. I thought I'd already put it in. Sorry, guys. Click the link. You can pop in. All you have to do is okay your microphone from your phone or whatever you got your microphone on. You can okay the camera. I'm not going to put you on the screen either way. It doesn't matter. So you don't have to worry about your face coming up. So go ahead and call in. Tell me what you think. Mars, give us a call. Give us a call, Mars. I want to hear what you got to say. I want to hear what all you guys got to say. Kill a horse, you too. Come on. Come on. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Neilio, call in, man. Call in. Born in the city, baby. What up, Dwayne? You can call in too. Call in too. Hit the link. Hey, Ginger. Call in. Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, kind of is what it is. Maybe starting to look incompetent. Well, see, and this is where I'm standing at it. You know, it's easy to sit here and talk about Arbuckle. It's easy to sit here and talk about John Mateer. In the end, this is Brent Venable's football team. He can see just as easily as we can, and even more so, what's going on and what's going on that ain't right. So if he's not willing to make the change, then what are we supposed to do? He's got to be willing to make the change. Hey, we're going to have a crying baby on this show? That's good. B, hold up, man. Let me let you in. Hold on just a second. Here, let me throw you to the back. What's up there, big dog? We got Dwayne, Al, and let's see. And B going to be coming in here. All right, one at a time. And when you're not talking, just do me a favor and mute yourselves, okay, fellas? All right, welcome into the show. We got B, Al, and Dwayne. Let's talk. What y'all got to say? We'll go with B. He popped in first. What you got? What's your comment?
Hey man, dude, I said it last week when I was talking to the dude in you last Saturday. I said I seen it in the South Carolina game. I've been seeing it all season long. This offense has no consistency, no brain, no fun. Xavier Robertson touched the ball 9 times today, and he averaged the yards he averaged. Then
Yeah.
you come out with this QB power run, and you know your quarterback because we keep blaming saying his hands hurting, right? Why are we not putting in a package for Michael Hawkins? To be honest, I really want us to go with Michael Hawkins, but I'm pretty sure everybody like they keep badging you about like the dude you were talking to on your podcast today. He set up and said he don't think Michael Hawkins is better than Mature because I guess he'll start. My thing is this dude is not seeing the freaking field, bro. Yeah, you're not seeing the 4th and 2. You throw the ball to Giovanni Gibson that's on the sideline. So if he catches the ball, 9 times out of 10, he's going to probably catch the ball out of bounds. And you had Satania on a zig route right in the flats, with his speed running into the end zone. But once again, we go into to the press conference. They asked Ben Arbuckle, well, why you didn't stick with the run? I guess I got to go back and look at it on film. We keep talking about how horrible this offensive line is, right? But this offensive line was mauling people in the second half. But not one time did Xavier Robertson touch that ball again when we went up 25 to even the 2-point conversion. You could tell like this dude is just something off about him. That maybe this moment, maybe he doesn't realize where he's playing football at. And I bet not hear nobody compare him to Baker Mayfield ever again. I don't want to see it no more,
Bruh,
Jason.
thank you
The
for that one. I
defense
don't want to hear
gave up
another
plays,
Baker
man. I'm gonna just
comparison
be
either.
real.
Not one time. Do not compare this cat to Baker again. This is why I
You
said
said what?
to start with. That's why I said don't compare anybody to
I
Baker.
didn't hear what you said, Jason.
Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Hello. Can y'all hear me? Dwayne, can you hear me?
I still can't hear you.
All right, hold up.
We probably just about to go. Oh, you use it at? You use that working?
All right, Jason. Hall of
Yo, can you
Fame.
hear me now? Yeah.
Hey man, I was looking at I was listening to the thing. So you really think that you know what? The jury's still out. I think at this point, the jury's still out on Mateer. I think. So I mean, I'm not too thrilled at his play right now. I mean, is it really the case they're talking about they don't want to burn Hawkins' red shirt?
There's 2 games left for him to play before you even have. He would have to play 3 games to burn it.
So you think they're gonna wait?
What do you mean? Wait.
I
I mean, I
mean,
don't know.
I mean, are they going to put forward? So they're not going to play him the rest of the season. That's what I'm
I
asking.
don't. Well, they're not going to play him. They're not going to play him in. So what we saw today was that same thing as last week. They put Witt in there whenever Mateer got his helmet knocked off. Right. That's
Okay,
they're not
I
going
see
to
your point.
burn. They're not going to burn a game for him because they need to put somebody in for one fucking play. Okay.
Okay, I see
That's
what you're
what they're
saying.
not going to do. What I'm saying is that you could play him for 2 games, 2 full games, as much as you need to, or whatever, without burning a red shirt for him. You can do that part. Okay. Cherry Bear, you're gonna have to wait. We got 3 other people in here, so I'm gonna pull you in, but I'm gonna wait till we get rid of at least one. But so I mean, it's not like they could play him still for 2 games, and whichever way you put him in. I'm not saying he has to start. I'm saying if Mateer is ineffective, like we've seen him the last 3 weeks, basically, then why wouldn't you put him in at some point and see what's up? Because you can do it for the next 2 weeks.
I
If you
agree with you
lose
on that.
another game, if you lose another football game, chances are you're out. You don't have a shot. So why are we leaving rounds in our weapon? Why do we have full magazines that aren't getting shot? This is what the point I'm trying to make is they're only going to put him in if we're so far down and out of a game. See, and I don't understand that. I don't understand that. He's only going to play if Mateer gets hurt. I just don't understand it. Who's? I'm getting a lot of noise. That was Dwayne. All right, Al, you with me? Oh, sorry, Al. You're gonna hit that mute again. Al, Dwayne, stay muted for a second. It's loud where you're at. Al, you with me? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
I'm with you. You hear me?
Yeah, I got you. What do you got?
I feel like when we talked about the Texas guy, I feel like we gonna talk about the same thing. Homeboy not ready. He not ready. Like this, I
Who's not
said.
ready?
I think Mateer.
Oh, okay.
Like me and you had talked about. They gotta save him from himself, man. Like he couldn't hit easy throw, and I know he can hit the throws, but he not it right now. They said he was supposed to be accurate. I'm not seeing it, man. And on an Arbuckle aspect, like today, I really saw how Charlie Weiss Jr. made play calling look so easy, and Arbuckle made it look so difficult. Like, like Charlie Weiss Jr. Ole Miss offense called, he called a massive game. Everything they called on the fourth down, it made it look easy. Like they knew where they was going. But our offense, we can't be consistent. Like when we go five wide and run the ball, that's how we get the running game. But we just like to go away from it. I don't know why. That's just the life of being a Sooner fan, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Uh, well, and that's the thing is, I don't understand what we're waiting on. And look, I pinned the link into the top of the chat there, Ginger. You'll have to wait your turn though. We got a lot of people coming in. So, Al, what else you got? You got anything? I appreciate and understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
I agree with you. It's to me is I don't know. I'm coming to the realization, and this is twofold. My realization that I'm coming to is that Arbuckle is more concerned about his guys being the reason, and that's how he's going to do better. Is like having because Cam Ward, that they're all putting all that on him. Never mind the guys that GJ Kinney had him first, and then him, and then he goes to Miami and shows out. Cool. Mateer is his guy. Hawkins isn't his guy, and so to me, but neither is neither is X Rob. And X Rob goes in there and he breaks off those long runs, and then he's not getting the football anymore. They go right back to the same guy. And so I have a problem with that. So, all right. Okay, we got Ginger's going to be coming in as well. Hold on one second. Let me pop you in there. All right. Who else we got? Who else we got in here? We got B is back in here. Hey B, until I call on you, bro, mute your stuff.
I think Booker gonna pull up here so he can have me bring this.
Okay. All right. Um,
He just
welcome
got
into
into
the
it with
show,
like,
Ginger.
Yeah, I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
I don't know why I can't hear you guys.
We can hear you. We can hear you. Talk.
Yeah, all I got to say about the game is that there was a lot of offensive bad calling. I mean, I've never seen anything like it before in my life. I've been an OU fan ever since I was in diapers, and I've never seen such bad offensive calling. They never hardly even called any run plays unless it was calling the quarterback. I mean, it was obvious they could see number 52 was running all over our center, knocking him on his ass and coming right at our quarterback. And all they kept doing is having him hold the ball in that pocket. And when he tried to run, it was too late. I mean, it was just bad offensive calling. And then when we finally do run in the second half and start making some progress, I mean, I hate it. I love Santana, but that fumble, that momentum changed everything right there, man. It just changed everything. I think that if that fumble wouldn't have happened, I think that we could probably could have won that game. I mean, regardless how Mateer played and the bad offensive playing, but when that momentum changes, it changes the whole game.
You're right. You're right about that. You're right about that. And I mean, BV said as much in his press conference that was because Barry Trammell asked, he said, seems like whenever you get momentum and come back and can get in the lead like that, generally speaking, you're not going to lose the lead. But
Why? I
that
can't hear
switch,
you.
yeah, I'm not sure why either. You might try to go out and come back in, but that was a great comment. I'll just leave it on that. And then if you want to jump out and so you can hear us, I'll respond. I'm gonna kick it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to come out of here. I can't.
Got her out. Okay. Yeah. No. Hey, Ginger. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate that. That was a great comment, and I agree. And what you heard from Brent Venables in the press conference was a little bit of that, because Barry Trammell asked him about the momentum switching, and then generally it doesn't switch back, but it did today. And he said, "Why do you think that was?" And the first thing he said was the punt, fumbling the punt. And you can't have these things happening, right? You can't have these things happening. Jimmy says, I don't understand that either. Confused what the coaching staff is doing. Situational formations and play calls are killing us too. We're taking snap out of the end zone and have a tight end lead becoming safety play. Then on 3rd and 10, we have 4 in the backfield. Yeah, correct. Real quick, let me get house money in here. All right, house money. Unmute and tell me what you got to say. Cherry Bear, you're next. What's up?
If we don't see a major shift in the offensive game planning next week, I'm calling conspiracy. I want to see a heavy option ran with Hawkins, X-Rob, and throw Satania in that mix as well. Heavy.
A
And if
heavy
you get that
option, like
down,
a speed option? Is that what you're talking about? Like running the speed option?
exactly. Yep, you got it. Have a
Okay.
package for X-Rob and Hawk. Throw it out there. You gotta mix it up, dude, because there's no way they turn the ball over at the damn 15-yard line, bro, and we can't score.
Yeah.
We can't score. This what we're seeing right now is a repeat of last year in a different way.
Yeah, it's like I was saying this earlier, and I feel like it's kind of it's worse though, because we're getting hope off of a certain game. No, listen, Ginger, thank you for coming in real quick. That was a great comment, and I did respond to it. Just saying, I think it was a great comment, and that obviously the momentum did change off of that punt return, and BV said so. So I agree with you on that. So yeah, I would stick so that you can hear. Just stick with that. I've got a bunch of guys in here right now. So all right. Yeah, listen, look, House, I'm with you that I don't know that it has to be speed option or whatever. I just like to see you run whatever you're running with Hawkins, because right now you're so heavy on quarterback run play, but it's with a quarterback that don't really want to run anymore. And he doesn't have that wiggle that he had before. He doesn't have that speed that he had before, right? So that's my concern here. Is
that because he lost it, or is it because everyone else he's playing against is faster?
It's a great question. Whatever it is, it's not working.
Oh God.
Whatever it is, it's not working, right? I mean, whether
Shit
he's
is trash, bro.
Here's what I think it is. I think it's that he's still protecting that thumb. Because he's not running with the same reckless abandon where he's got that same wiggle, or he's willing to drop that shoulder into somebody's chest.
Yeah, because these players is 50 pounds heavier than the dudes he was doing that shit
Well,
against.
there is that, bro. You're not wrong.
This could be a whole he got spooked thing, because that 350-pound defensive lineman came through and busted his thumb up.
Yeah.
Right? To where he's scared to get hit.
Not wrong. And I don't even know that he's necessarily afraid to get hit. What he's trying to do is protect that thumb from getting hurt worse, because he knows that it's on him. And I'm not even blaming this on John Mateer, to be quite honest with you. What I'm trying to do is I'm saying that, number one, it goes to you have a coordinator who, for whatever reason, believes that his guy has to be the one to lead you guys to victory, or it hurts him somehow. And number two, you have a head coach who's not willing to say, "Yo, run the fucking football." A week ago,
what
think about
if
this, House. A week ago, they had
Yep.
30 rush attempts by running backs. This week, by running backs, they had what? Like 14?
Yep, something like that, yep.
So, I mean, what are we doing? Is it and we had 14 and
What
we had as many rushing, almost as many rushing yards in the game. It's wild
if
to me that you would do that. It's wild to me.
I
Nine
fear
carries for
that
nine carries for X Rob, bro, and he has 109.
109 yards. I fear that if
Two
somebody in
tugs.
that locker room doesn't make it a vocal point, like
Yeah.
we need to switch something up, you might lose this locker room. Because this defense is the best defense in the nation when it's complementary.
Yeah. Well, it's just like I
If
said,
the
people
offense
are
is
talking
slipping,
about them giving up too much. You're talking about them giving up too much in that second half. They gave up that 75-yard drive. That's what Mr. Mason said, right? Okay, cool. But
yep,
then what happens right after that? The offense comes in and immediately they go 3 and out.
yep,
But Ole Miss comes back in and they go 3 and out. And
yep,
they lost like 10 yards. They lost 10 yards on that 3 and out. Then you fumbled the damn punt. So
yep.
it's like the defense was still doing everything it can. And I get it. Look, man, if we're going to expect this defense to like never give up a yard ever, then I think it's a little much whenever we're not expecting that same kind of uh, excellency, I guess. We don't expect the same level of excellence out of this offense in John Mateer and Ben Arbuckle or whatever. But we expect excellence at all points of every game out of the defense. And that's not jiving, man. It's not jiving.
One last thing, man. If Lane sounded the alarm and every coach in the
Uh-oh. I lost you there.
education is cut.
Say that again. Say that again, House.
I'm still here. You with me? You with me? I
Yeah,
said
I
if the
got you.
rest of the SEC coaches now know to if the SEC coaches now know to send the signals once the communication is cut on defense, we are finished. The rest of this year, we're done.
Something to be said for that. Something to be said for that. I agree. I mean, look, I don't think it was about the defense. I'm going to tell you, I don't think it was about the defense. The defense gave up more, right? The defense gave up more than they have, but I don't think it was about the defense, to be quite honest with you.
We shall see. That piece of information came out, and we just so happened to get
Hey,
smoked.
listen, I think that remains to be seen for sure. I think that there's something to be said for that. But again, I think that situationally, you have to play better football. I think you have to play better football. And when what was the first half? How many carries did running backs have in the first half? 6. I'll just tell you, 6. They had 15 total in the game. 15 total in the game. So, and out of that 15, 9 of those went to X Rob. He had 2 touchdowns and had 109 yards on 9 carries. Meanwhile, you've got Mateer goes out there and he does what? Mateer has 13 attempts. Some of it was scrambles. 17 yards. That's 1.3 per. No touchdowns. He averaged 7.2 yards per completion. He was 54% passing. We're going to the wrong guy.
Do we go buy another quarterback in the off season?
Well, if you're not going to have Michael Hawkins, I guess you better.
And make a Mateer fight for it?
Well, is there going to be a fight though? This is a question that we've been having since we were talking about Jaden O'Neal against. I mean, it's a question that we've been having since the Jaden O'Neal conversation with Bo Bentley. It's like, is it a real competition? Probably not, because no matter who the fuck they bring in, it's still his guy is John Mateer. And as long as it's his guy that he's worried about, if his priority is his dude being the dude, then what's the point?
Then we got Levy 1.5.
Well, I mean, look, if I tell you this much, Levy was putting fucking yards and points on the board.
Yeah, well, 1.0.
I
Levy
mean,
1.0.
Levy was putting yards and points on the board, man. I wouldn't give him that love yet. I wouldn't give him that love yet.
Yeah, because Mississippi State almost rocked Texas tonight. So
Should have rocked Texas tonight, bro. That's terrible. All I'm saying is, at some point, you're gonna have to show me something. I don't want to hear about him being Levy when Levy put points on the board all the time.
yeah.
He had a couple of games here and there that he didn't, but they didn't have a hard time scoring and putting yards up. You know what I mean? Anyway,
Yeah,
hey
so
man, appreciate your
hopefully-
combo, man. Appreciate your combo.
Yep.
It's good stuff, bro.
No
Hit us
doubt.
back
Stay
again.
alive, stay blessed.
Appreciate you, man.
Yep.
All right. Cherry Bear. Hold on real quick. Let me make sure I got you on here. Okay. Cherry Bear, you hear me?
I hear you.
You're next. What you got?
All right. So, what I saw also, besides the quarterback and his inability to throw, because he was throwing high and he was throwing low, is the offensive line needs the help. And in the first half, we saw the offensive line just collapse. I mean, they were chasing after Mateer. They couldn't even hold him, right? And that's something I really don't hear a lot. Is where's the offensive line? All of our guys are injured. We're playing freshmen, 2 freshmen.
Yeah, those 2 freshmen are the ones that did good today too.
So, not only does our offensive line need help, but we're also running on a quarterback who his thumb is hurt. He looked like he couldn't even run today. He was stumbling all over the place. Looked like his leg was hurt. And he's afraid to get hurt, which is a mix for a bad combo. And necessarily, I don't think you could put all the blame on Arbuckle. I think it has something to do with the offensive line coach. It has to do with all the staff. I'm not going to blame it on just one person. I've been saying that the offensive line been needing help ever before we even got into Ole Miss. It does. Look how many injuries we have on that line, and nobody knows what to do on that offensive line. It's like a fresh set. So it's a mixture of a lot of things. The fumble didn't help, obviously. The momentum shift when that happened, and Mateer stopped throwing to Satania in the second half, barely even threw to him, and we went away from the run game, which was probably the thing that brought us back in this ball game in the first place.
Did you just say probably?
Probably
my ass?
It was.
Probably my ass is what brought it back.
I don't know what Blaylock was doing in the first half, though. We ran him, and he couldn't find anything.
There was only 6 carries in the first half.
Yeah, I know.
6.
But somehow, X-Rob, he found the holes, and I think he's probably one of the better running backs we have. Yeah. I wouldn't say this is solely on Mateer. I say it's the injuries.
I'm not saying no. Hold on.
Know what I mean?
Hold on. I'm not putting it solely on Mateer. I'm putting it on the coaching staff that isn't playing the right guys and isn't running the right plays. The game plan is not conducive for you winning. And you know what, folks? This is the same shit that we heard from Gabe and Teddy 2 weeks ago about why are they running the same shit.
Exactly.
Why are they continuing to run plays that the only way that you're going to break this play on the running game is if somehow miraculously these tight ends that aren't good blockers become good blockers on that play. And that's the difference between doing well and not doing well. So that's a problem. So I'm not the only one sitting here wondering this stuff. I'm wondering it out loud, though, too. I'm wondering it out loud, and I want to hear why it is that anybody can sit here and tell me that you wouldn't at least give it a shot. You have 2 more games with Michael Hawkins. Is it not worth trying to inject some kind of freaking life into this team?
And you know what else is weird? We play the other quarterback instead of Hawkins. Have you noticed that? When we put in a backup, it's the other quarterback.
No. Well, I said this before. It was the same as last week. The only reason that they're putting in Witt in those situations. These are situations where his helmet's getting knocked off in the play. They make him come out of the game. You're not going to waste a game of game time for Michael Hawkins in case you do need him. You're not going to waste that game time on one play because his helmet got knocked off. Whit Neubauer isn't going to redshirt either way. He's a grad transfer. So it doesn't make any difference for him. But they're trying to save the red shirt for Michael Hawkins. But I want to know why they're trying so hard. I mean, I get it that he deserves his red shirt back after that debacle last year. But if you're going to do that, use the rest of his time and make a decision on that. That's where I said before, I believe that you have to have a coming to Jesus talk with not only Ben Arbuckle and John Mateer for that matter, but I think you also need to go have a sit down with Michael and his family and say, look, here's the deal. We're gonna insert you into the worst situation we could possibly insert you to. It's a shit sandwich too. You're gonna go on the road to Tennessee and you're gonna go on the road to Alabama and try to help us win games that we probably shouldn't win in the next 3 weeks. But guess what? If you do, we're gonna have to have another conversation about losing your red shirt because at that point, then maybe we should start you. He's not gonna have these conversations. These are conversations that should be had though.
I think Mateer
And
is
he
so
should at
banged
least
up.
get his time.
Mateer is so banged up. Bodily
There's
wise,
no doubt about
physically,
that shit.
he is
There's
so
no doubt.
banged up that he's so scared of getting more hurt that he won't run like he is. When you hurt, and he might even be on painkillers. We don't know. I mean, but when you're hurt like that, mentally, you're not going to play at 110%. You're not going to steamroll people. You're going to play like you're hurt. You're going to get down, protect your thumb, protect your body. That's fight or flight mode, and that's what he's doing. He's protecting himself because he's hurt. And our offensive line can't hold back a really good defensive line if we don't have the players for it. People are saying, well, why don't we go in the port of this offseason and pick up another quarterback? How about instead of that, pick up some more offensive linemen? Pick up people that we can use. Pick up a better secondary for the defense. Our secondary needs help. We have so many things wrong. And it's been almost 4 years under Venables. 4 years. And the best season we had was a 10-2 season. Or what 10-2, 10-3, whatever it was. That was the best season we've had. All the rest of it has been a 6-6 season. Or a 6-7 or 7-6 or whatever it was. It's all been 6-6. So we have all this stuff going around these football programs. Hugh Freeze is on the hot seat. Florida Gators just fired their head coach, and Florida State might be firing their head coach here pretty soon. So what makes Brent Venables any different? There's been barely any change these last 2 years. We have put so many people in that offensive coordinator spot, and nobody has made that offense like it has, like it was. So, I mean, is it really the offensive coordinator, or is it Venables? Because he's supposed to be leading everything. So I mean, is this the point where the university thinks about buying his contract out and getting rid of him, or are we going to make changes? He has the ability to make changes on that offense. Venables needs to make the changes, but he hasn't done that. And the O-line is really bad. I mean, it's been bad since Texas. I mean, we're just a team with a bunch of injuries. That's what it is, and we're using people who are either freshmen or have just came in from the transfer portal.
All right, bro. I appreciate what you're having to say, and real quick. Zachariah Sitchin. I don't understand what you're saying because Jaden immediately recommitted to Oklahoma before they hired Arbuckle, before they talked about Arbuckle. He immediately said, from the day that they fired Seth Luttrell, which, if you remember, was after the South Carolina game. That had nothing to do with Seth Luttrell. That had everything to do with Arbuckle. Everything.
I think you keep Arbuckle and you get rid of the tight end coach and the offensive line coach. Those
Look,
two.
Fine. Look, guys, if they want to do all this, I'm not going to do all this. Who we're firing, who we're not firing, shit. Because I got to be honest with you, I think they're going to fire Brent Venables if they don't
Yeah.
win some of these games coming down the stretch.
You have to at least beat Tennessee, maybe even LSU and Missouri. I mean, at least one of those teams, two of them at least, to keep your job. I mean, I mean, and look, LSU just
And look,
lost.
and here's the thing: if you want, LSU just blew that game. If you want to keep your job and you and be able to do this, you've got to hold these coaches accountable yourself. We can sit here and talk about firing DeMarco and Joe John and Big Bill. We can talk about all these cats you want to. Who's in charge? Who's in charge?
I don't think anybody's leading it, and I think that
That's a
Venables.
problem, Cherry Bear. That's
Yeah,
a
it's a big
problem,
problem.
Cherry Bear.
Leadership is a big problem when it comes to the coaching staff. I think Venables is focusing on too many things. He won't hire a defensive coordinator, so he's doing two jobs at once, which also puts pressure on him. I mean, you can't do this. You can't. I mean, look, LSU just choked on their game. Missouri could be a team you could beat, but now you have two road games, and Tennessee, they're going to come at you with everything they got. So is Alabama. You know, you're not going to see the Alabama team we saw last year. And I don't know about Tennessee. I have no idea. But Alabama, you're not gonna beat them again this year if this is how you're gonna play.
No, you're not. All right, man. I gotta move on and let the next person talk up.
God bless you, brother.
But appreciate you, brother. Thank you. All right, Cherry Bear. Appreciate you coming in, my man. You're the man. Always good to hear what you got to say. All right. Let's see. Let me make sure who we got in here. Oops. Let's do this. Ginger. Sorry about that. Hit your mute button. There
I
you go.
got it.
Can you
Yeah.
hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you this time around. Good thing.
Cool.
Thank you for having me on your show. I love
Yeah.
your podcast. I watch the one
Appreciate
with the coach every evening at work. I just wanted to let you know I love it. Love listening to you because y'all are down to earth and you get right to it. Y'all don't
Well, thank you.
bullshit. So, anyways,
We're
what they
we're a little much sometimes, man. I feel like we tell it like it is, how we feel like it is, and I don't know that always works for everybody, but
right.
I'm
That
glad you
works
like
for
it.
me.
Thank
That's
you.
how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that.
I just wanted to say, I don't know, the guy you was talking to earlier, just a while ago, he's correct about the offensive line. We just don't have our offensive line. We got some freshmen. We had a couple of freshmen that did really good today, but, if Mateer, I don't care if it's Mateer or Hawkins, there ain't nobody going to be able to do anything if they can't protect him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know Mateer ain't 100%, but if you can't protect him and if you can't open up holes for our running game, it just ain't going to happen. Our defense is, I think, for the most part, our defense is awesome. I mean, they haven't been that good in a while. So
No, they're fantastic. And look, I mean, it's easy to say that we want them to never give up this many points, and look, you probably shouldn't have. But the bottom line is that you put them in a bad position enough times, they're going to give up some points. And this is also the best offense they've gone up against in a situation where he had time to get ready for you. He's got a pissed off team that lost to Georgia last week on the road. You've got people talking all kinds of shit about whether or not they're going to be able to get it done. And he comes in with a good game plan and they get it done. And they got a quarterback. Their quarterback has a lot of experience, championship experience,
yeah,
and was able to get the job done. You had
yeah,
an opportunity to win this, and the defense and X-Rob gave it to you, and you went away from X-Rob. So that's what my problem is.
yeah. I agree with you on that. I think our defense did a good job. I mean, what is their offense? The second best offense in the nation, or in the SEC right
In
now?
the SEC anyway, they're top 10 in the nation though. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think our defense did good, but you can't keep them out on the field most of the time and expect them to do what everybody wants them to do. It just ain't going to happen that way. If our offense can't stay out there longer to let our defense rest, it's just not going to happen. I don't care who they're playing.
Yeah, we're getting House Money said it, and same with Lone Wolf said, instead of running out of the pocket, he's got to climb the pocket. And a lot of times that's a problem that I've seen from him too, that he drops back further and further. Those guys are going to get to you every time like that.
Yeah, I've
You
seen
know what I
that
mean?
too.
You got to climb the pocket, go forward in the pocket to where that shell's around you, and now you can throw it. But that's not what he does. He wasn't doing that before the injury. So that's a problem.
Yeah, that
You
is the
tried to call
problem.
in, Jimmy? Jimmy, I didn't see you in there. Try it again. Hit that, click that thing, come back, try it again. I'd love to have you in, Jimmy. Come on.
Yeah, I think he backs up out of that pocket too far, and then that pocket closes up on him. He ain't got nowhere to go. And then he tries to run it, and it's just too late for him. They're on him. I mean, like that. And then they finally got our running game going in the second half. I thought they was going to pull this out, but I think once that punt return got fumbled, our momentum completely changed. Changed there. It just a complete turnaround from that point on.
Agreed. No, I agree
So,
with you.
but yeah,
Well, I appreciate you calling in the second time, and we did get you on that first one. You're right on all this stuff. I think that momentum flipped as soon as the punt return got fumbled, and it went back the other way.
yeah,
You
and
know,
then
you had seized it, you had seized momentum, and then you
yeah,
blew it.
yeah.
So
So, I mean, I know there were some bad offensive calls. I believe that BA called some bad offensive calls in the first half, not calling very many run plays and all that, and so it really wouldn't matter if it's Hawkins or Mateer. Them bad calls ain't gonna get you nowhere either. But I don't, as far as firing coaches and doing all that, I don't really agree on all that right now because that ain't going to make the team any better. So, I mean, they just need to go in the portal and get us some big offensive linemen for right now until our freshmen get more experience behind them and get more play behind them. And then I think we'll be fine, to be honest with you. So,
okay. Well, I appreciate you calling in, Ginger.
all right. Boomer, man.
We'll see you on the next one sooner. Have a good one.
All right. You too.
All right. Thank you to Ginger for calling in. All right. I've got you, B. If you want to, let's see. Make sure we got you in here. Yep, we got you, B. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I want to address something that I just saw in the comment section here, and it came from Dwayne, which is one of our guys. Man, I appreciate that. So Dwayne said, now I'm questioning the Bo Bentley decision and letting Jaden O'Neal walk. You should be questioning that for sure. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why you should be questioning that shit for sure. I just watched Jaden O'Neal basically single-handedly keep his football team in the game for the best part of a game that wasn't exactly called. I'm not gonna hate on the Mustang coaching staff. I like those guys. I think they're doing a good job. I think that Jaden O'Neal went in there and balled the hell out, and they had opportunities to beat Bixby this week. Everybody wants to talk about Bixby a lot, right? I'm gonna tell you something. Aside from like KD Jones, I didn't see a dude that was anywhere close to the kind of player that Jaden O'Neal is. Nowhere close. Not one guy. Jaden O'Neal put them in situations to win that football game. And there were some things that, they had some penalties that got called against them right after big plays, some things that went wrong for that side. They ended up winning by 16, but they scored that last touchdown with about under 2 minutes left in the game. I mean, I'm just telling you, if they were to see Bixby again, guaranteed O'Neal, he would give them another chance. They had an opportunity. They scored first. They didn't score right off the bat. They got the ball first. Bixby did. O'Neal goes down there, drops a dime for a touchdown, 50-something yard touchdown pass. And the coverage was good. The throw was better. He did it later in the game. Same kind of – he threw a ball that not too many dudes are going to fit that ball in there, and he fit it in there, and you had one of the Johnson twins take it to the house. Look – You want to know? I'll tell you right now. You should question that shit because he was more worried about his guy than the dude that has a cannon and throws lasers. You know, the first game that he played at Oklahoma at Mustang, first game of the season, he had 4 touchdowns in the first half. He got hurt right after halftime, came out of the game, 4 touchdowns. He didn't play for 2 weeks. He's now played Bixby and Jinx in like the last month and could have beaten them both. Could have beaten them both. They lost by 7 to Jinx a few weeks back. He was right there, and he brought him back from multiple touchdowns down in that game to tie it at one point. The dude is the real deal. I'm just saying, man, he's the real deal. So that's just what I wanted to say. I watched the dude making throws that were unreal, and I have a hard time believing that there's a better quarterback in the country in this class. I have a hard time believing that there is. You know, not saying that Bo Bentley's not a good player, telling you that I don't know that there's a better guy than Jaden O'Neal. That's all. I'm going to move on from it. Satterfield, be happy to try to call in, click the button, try it again. Hey, what up, B? What do you got, man?
Hey, real quick before my phone died. Long story short, what I was saying earlier before we cut out. As much as people want to keep complaining about this offensive line and all this stuff, injuries and stuff like that, at the end of the day, these are 5-star, 4-star, I don't care, freshman, sophomore, redshirt. These are high caliber, highly recruited linemen. But at the end of the day, we have a arrogant, because that's what I call arrogance. If your offensive line, where you know the strength of your offensive line is not pass savvy, but they showed you what they can do in the running game. Because somebody just made a comment saying that this line is not opening up a hole. Okay, well, you come out and you're passing the ball. First things first, I was a defensive player in high school, but I used to hear my OC say all the time, we got to get these. It's like getting your blood warm. You come out in the game and you're dropping back, passing the ball. You just said it just now. We rushed the ball 13 times today. That's not OU. That wasn't even OU with Lincoln. This idea of where we're being delusional. We're saying we gotta get vertical. We gotta get they played a light box. So if the game should have went where you had 45 freaking runs, bro, run the ball. All these excuses of what we ain't got and what we need to go out and recruit. All these quarterbacks we keep talking about hit. Man, I'm talking about this season right now. I have no see that is arrogant. You even said it. It's his guy. This is his guy. He want to make. He want to be, bro. Damn all that. Because this with an
I'm
got you back
losing.
into the game, and then go.
Hey, you're breaking up there, B. B.
Okay, let's go like this. What
B.
if he tried to make a play because he saw that the offense just couldn't?
Oh, can you hear me?
That's what players do when they see the trajectory in the what the momentum of a game. You gotta go out and try to play hero ball. But if you had trust in your move the ball, they turned the ball.
Hey, B. I lost you, bro. I lost you. Okay. The future. Don't start your shit, Drew. Don't start your shit.
This is just getting too out of hand. Far as it's just too much
Hey, B.
politics.
B, can you hear me? Can you hear me, B?
Can you
I'm
hear
not
me?
hearing you very good. You keep breaking up, and then I lost you completely. Are you?
Can you hear
Let me
me
make
now?
sure. Yeah, I got you. Go ahead. What were you saying? I lost. I mean, I haven't heard the last 2
Long
minutes of
story
what you were
short,
saying.
what I was saying is, long story short, man, we got to figure out what we want to do. And I say we need to run the ball. Go play action. Today would have been the perfect day to do play action. This speed option spread, man, damn all that, man. We are OU, bro. We run the ball here. We run the
Hey,
ball.
listen, I'm with you. I'm with you,
But you have a good night, man.
bro. I appreciate you calling in again, man. And so you were with me. What's your name again? I see B here. What's your name? You called us last week,
Mine's is
right?
Brian. My
Brian.
name is Brian.
Okay, Brian. Man, I appreciate you calling in, my guy. Appreciate
All
you
right.
calling in, man. It's good talking to you. And I'm with you on a lot of this stuff. So I appreciate you calling in with that stuff, and I agree with you that a lot of this stuff isn't what it needs to be. And I don't know how you get away from running the ball like that. I just don't.
9 attempts for a OU running back just in the
Yeah.
game
Look, I
alone
mean, think
is
about from last week what we
diabolical.
saw. We saw 30 rushing attempts from running backs last week. 30. We only had 15 this week. It's not good. It's not good.
And mature ain't it, man. I don't think it's the hand. I think it's competition over here is a little bit different than what maybe he does come back
Something ain't
next year.
right.
Maybe he
Something
does
ain't
get
right
better,
for
but
sure. Something ain't right for sure.
yeah,
And
it's not his. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not his hand. I'm gonna be real with you. It's not the players. You think people are not looking at film from week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5?
uh,
People are scheming against you. Now, what are you gonna do? You're gonna get better, or are you gonna just keep going out there and doing what you're doing? You're not seeing the field, bro. The game is too fast for you. This same thing that happened to Jackson Arnold. This game is just too fast. Every quarterback can't play in the SEC. It doesn't matter what your ratings is. It doesn't matter about none of that.
yeah.
It's the SEC for a reason. Better players on the other side of the ball. You got defensive linemen that can run just as quick as you.
I'm with you.
I think it was a bust, man. I'm just telling you right now. I don't see us going up to Tennessee with the game plan we had today and the inefficient game plans that we be having. I just don't see it happening. Maybe we win one more, but I just don't see it
Let me
happening.
ask you. So
And I
you
do see
think
Brent being gone
what I was saying
this year.
earlier?
I don't think it
You've
has
got
anything. Well, I think we'll take the risk on losing recruits.
okay. Like I said earlier, you've got two more games that you can play Hawkins in 2 games without burning his red shirt. Would you not try that to inject some kind of life in this thing before you end up losing your job? I mean, you're gonna leave rounds in the mags if you're BV. I mean, that's my question. Oh, I lost him. Okay. Next up. Only 15 rushing attempts should be a firing offense for Arbuckle. He's like in over his head. Listen, I. But again, guess what? This all goes back to Brent Venables, man. It all goes back to Brent. It all goes back to Brent. You remember what when Lincoln first got there. Lincoln first got to Oklahoma, and yeah, we are doing great. But when the ball wasn't being run enough, what's the first thing that Bob did? He went up to him and said, "We've got Samaj P. Ryan and Joe Mixon. Run the fucking football. Run the football." You know, no way you're coming in, Drew. Ain't happening. Not today, bud. No, I got nothing for you, bro. Oh no. Yep. I mean, you at some point you gotta go with the guy. Hey, call in, Monty. Call in. Call in. You don't have to put your face on there. I'll stick you behind there like everybody else. Call in and say what you got to say. Because I was hoping you'd call in last week too. I think Tennessee, Missouri, LSU are winnable, but the game has to be better than it was today. No doubt. No doubt. BV doesn't care his buyouts 30. I don't but see Jimmy, I don't believe it. I think he cares. He wants this job. I think he wants his job. I think that he's not willing. What it is, he's not willing to like over what he thinks is overstep it and like tell an offensive guy what to do. Which I mean, you have to be willing to do this. You got to be willing to do this. So to me, I think it's wild that that's the thing. But anyway, coming into the show is Zach. What's up, Zach?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Yeah. I was commenting. I was commenting earlier. My tag name was Zachariah Sitchin.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah. But anyways, I'm glad to finally see EPL get in there because man, to me he has just raw talent. That's what I feel like. Just raw talent. Like still needs to be developed, and that's what sucks is that the guys that I guess Bill brought in. They just haven't panned out. And I was just me and my brother, we was saying, would it be would you get rid of like Jake Taylor and these other guys if they're just going to keep getting hurt? I mean, it's not their fault they're getting hurt. It's hurting the team, I would say, because like wouldn't you say that? Like it's just
Yeah. I mean,
no, like what's that word? Continuity. There's no continuity within the O line.
when you're having to rely on freshmen, even freshmen as good as we think Fasusi and Foje are, it's not really a winning concept, right? Now,
Right,
I'm
and
not
then
going to sit here and do the let's blame Big Bill thing. That's not what I'm doing. I think that he got put in a position back in 2020 and
right,
2021 where
right,
they didn't bring in enough linemen back then, and so that had a lot to do with what Lincoln had going on,
right,
and
right,
it is what it is. But then that's when you get into what happened is because of that you had to get into a situation where you were going to have to rely on heavy portal, right? You're going to
right.
have to rely on heavy portal, and doing that I mean, it's all well and good as long as it works out. But when it doesn't work out, like this year, it really hasn't worked out. You lost a couple of those guys already, pretty much for the season. I think that you brought in, you know, Jake Michael. Thank God he was good because you ended up losing Troy Everett for the season. So Michael came in and he was able to do good. But when it doesn't work out very well, and even last year, you look at it, and Spencer Brown looked a lot better at the end of the year. At the start of the season, he looked terrible.
Mm-hmm.
He was terrible. So, but when you get in a situation where you're having to rely on it from year to year, it's tough. I believe that one of the things that you have to make sure you do, I think that you should always supplement your offensive line, your defensive line. I think you should supplement both lines all the time in the portal. But I think you have to be willing you have to use most of your let's see, what am I trying to say? You need to use what you have in your money and everything else on guys from high school and be developing those guys in order for you to really be all the way there, right?
Right.
Again, supplement it, but it can't be the only thing that you do, right? I mean, you know what I
I asked
mean?
a question earlier, like about the running game. I put on there like last year. I was tired of seeing the or the tight end screen. At this point, I'm tired of seeing quarterback power. Like, could we run like a option or something, like a read option or even like a speed option or something? Because quarterback power, they got it schemed up where they're gonna like they're reading it every time. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree. And
And
Monte
like,
Cisco, I saw you put this on Twitter earlier, and man, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. I agree, 100%. When you're in a 5-man box and you're not running the football right there, particularly when again 12 yards a carry is what what X Rob averaged today. 12 yards a carry, folks. It's wild. Yeah, Nick
one
Saban had
last
no
thing,
problem telling
I don't
coaches what to
think
do.
BV is getting fired after this year. I mean, I think they're just going to give him one more year to like just even if they go 7-5, even that's below the standard. It's just I don't see it. I mean, I don't see what people are seeing. They're like get rid of him, fire him right now. But like I just don't see it. Like even at 6-6, I don't see it.
Yeah.
I just don't see it.
Well, if he
And, I
gets to
mean,
six
that's
and
not.
six,
I
I
don't
think they're
want.
going to fire him for sure. I think
Yeah,
that's
for
going to happen.
sure. But it's
But
more of a
here's the
like
thing:
deal. Like I
to
don't know.
me,
They're
I
just
don't know how you he wants this job. I don't know how you don't just decide at the end I mean, knowing that you could theoretically lose one more game, but you're going to have to beat Alabama, you're going to have to beat LSU probably, or whatever. But you better beat Alabama. You could be 9-3 with the win against Alabama probably,
yeah.
and a
I think
win
we're just
against a win against Tennessee maybe. But you'd probably have to have both of them. But if you lose one more game, chances are you're out of playoff contention.
for sure, for
If you
sure,
lose two more games, now we're talking 8-4, which means you better not lose a third. I don't know that anything below 8, they are going to keep him around at this point because of what we continue to see. I said this last week that I thought he may have already secured his job. I'm not so sure after what I'm seeing today. I'm not so sure because you had opportunities to win this game and you didn't get it done. And it's again, it's offense. And if you can't play, Oklahomans are so used to offense and good offense that they're not standing for it. You know,
Right. I think I have to say that we're in the Billy Napier situation. I think because like they really held on to Billy Napier for so long, and then they finally pulled the trigger. But I'm just saying it's kind of like that situation because like if we go 8-4, I'm just used to it where they might just see it as improvement, even though the rest of us we don't see improvement, because it's a trend of how the same way that BV is losing is what we're saying. Like it's that same trend of this was a winnable game and it's the how we lost.
yeah. Well, I think they're going to definitely hold. I think they may end up definitely. I don't think you can do 6-6, seven and
Nah,
five.
nah.
Maybe if one of those wins is against, maybe if one of those wins is against Alabama, but I don't know. I don't think so.
Right, right.
I don't think so. So yeah.
But
Anyway,
good
and if the
show, good
fan
show,
base
man.
turns on me,
Good
appreciate
show.
you, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate you calling in.
yeah.
Make sure to do it again. Monty,
Boomer.
come on in here, man. Come on in here, Monty. All you got to do is just tap that button at the top of the. Here, I'll put it back in there. Let me just put it back in there too. All you got to do is tap the button here, and then just okay your microphone. You don't have to use your camera. Just okay the microphone. And you can okay the camera. I won't put you on. I'm just gonna put you behind the deal. Kyle DePuy says, I just don't understand Buckle's play calling at all. There's no method, no scheme, no continuity. What is it? It just go out there and see what happens. Well, I had a hard time understanding it today myself. 8-4 is not good enough in BV's own words. When did he say this, Jimmy? Did he say that today? Yeah. Well, in the end, like I said, it all comes back to BV though. I mean, he could make the changes. He could dictate what he wants to happen. You know what I'm saying? He can decide what he wants to have happen. So I think that that's what you're going to probably end up having to see. But in the end, it's all about what Brent Venables decides. Is Brent Venables can just say, "Look, I don't want to see any more of this bullshit where you're running John Mateer," and then it has to stop. So, what up, Monty? Can you
Hey,
hear me?
what's up with it, man? Yeah, I can hear you.
Good to
Yeah.
hear you, man.
You
Good
hear
to
me
hear
okay?
you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you.
Man, yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know if y'all see my tweet that I put out earlier, man, but like, man, it's pretty simple. Like, they was running 4-2, and we was quick game was working. And then they
Yeah,
switched to a 4-1. Basically, they was playing the cloud guys, they trying to take away the flats, and when they did that, man, it's pretty simple. Just start running the ball. But what he did was started running quarterback draw with material. You took the words out of my mouth. Like, man, imagine the damage that X could do, man, against a 5-man bots. It's just pretty simple. It's simple football to me, man. And it's just real frustrating, to see X, had the success that he had in the third quarter. And then, man, how many times he touched the ball in the fourth quarter? Was it like only 3 or 4 times?
I think it was three.
Man,
Pretty sure it was three. And he gained yardage on all three of those, by the way.
exactly. That's the frustrating part. Like when you see something that's working like that, man, the
They
number
went
one
out.
rule
Well,
in football.
they went out to Mateer incompletions and bad runs.
Man, it's frustrating. It's frustrating to watch, man, because like the number one rule in football, okay, like I was watching the Georgia game last week with Ole Miss, and Ole Miss had to lead in the fourth quarter, and Ole Miss scored on 7 consecutive drives against Georgia. But one thing and D Mac said this today. I was watching this podcast earlier. He said one thing Georgia did, they kept running the football. And then one thing I don't like about Arbuckle, when you find success in the running game, he doesn't run no misdirection or no play action off of it. He doesn't run a play to set another play up, and that makes any sense. And that's frustrating. To watch like we're not hard to
He's
cover.
not thinking down the line. He's not trying to build off of what's working or even whatever may not have worked, but you're trying to build into something else. You're stacking
And
things to look the same and so that you can find weaknesses and exploit them, right? That's offensive 101, right? And that's
man,
what that's
that's
what
how
Lincoln
Lane
used to
Kiffin
do.
learned.
That's what Lincoln used to do, right?
Right. And if Lincoln was our offensive coordinator, man, it's sad to say, man, but like, man, we wouldn't be having these problems offensively with the same exact players.
Right.
Like people think it's the offensive line. It's this, that, and the third. Like, okay, this is another thing I was pointing out too, bro. In the two games that we lost, you gotta look at it. Against Texas, our running backs had 14 carries combined. And Wilder had 22 carries by himself. He only had 94 yards. But, and one of the runs came on like a 37-yard run. But the fact of the matter is that they stayed committed to the running game. The same thing happened today. Lacey had 27 carries today. Our
Yeah.
running backs combined only had 15 carries. That
Mhm.
should tell you right there,
After
man, like,
30 a week ago. After 30 a week ago. And it works.
right. And I said our running backs have to at least touch the ball 25 times a game minimum for us to be successful as an offense. I mean, like, because like when you have to play the game by percentages with our defense, we didn't help our defense today. And the thing about like, man, scheme wise, people think our defense is man, nah, man, we play against a hell of a quarterback today. He gave it to
Absolutely.
several people. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Like, man,
He
he
was
made hell
moving
of
the
a
ball
throw.
around. Watkins was really good, but he hit what, 7 different receivers?
Man, he balled out today.
He did.
But like scheme wise, like you gotta think about it. In defense, man. Like, okay, you remember that 4th and 1? It was four, and they ran that flat to Lace. We stopped it. The corner was this close to stopping. He got blocked in the back. They should have called it. But that goes to show you how hard our defense had to work, against their scheme to stop it. Versus us, like it wasn't hard for them to. We didn't make it hard on them at all, man. I don't understand how a team is ranked 99th against the run, and you don't scheme to run the ball.
30 times or more, like you did last week, whenever they were better against the run. They were one of the top, 20 or 30 teams in the country against the run, and we made sure that we were going to make it part of the running game. We were going to make sure that
Right.
we ran the football on the road. How you don't do that against number 99 against the run in the country, I have no idea. I have no
Man,
idea. And look, when you did it to start, I mean, you ran the ball 6 times with running backs in the opening half, 6 times, and you're down.
yeah,
As soon as you come
yeah.
in the second half, you get 2 big touchdowns. You get 2 big touchdowns. You take the lead because you're running it with your running backs, and then he gets 3 more carries in the fourth quarter? 3. What the fuck are we doing? But I
And
said what I said before. Here's the thing, man. You can put it on Buckle, and I mean it's his play calling, but who's it really on, Monty?
I mean, Brent is a CEO. I agree with you there, man. I agree with you there. But it just contrasts. It's just frustrating to
Step up and
me.
nut up, man. If you're the head coach, I don't want to fucking hear anything about how good the offense is and you dogging your defense. I don't want to hear that shit when it's all your football team.
You're right. You're right. And you said something a while ago, like, man, this running ball with material man has to stop. I mean, he's just not. Don't get me wrong. He's just not, man, twitchy enough in open field on a consistent basis to be running the ball as much. He should scramble game. That's it. Scramble game. Get out the pocket. You know what I'm saying? But
He's
I
not
don't
running
like
the
about
ball with the +1 run game the same. He's not running with the wiggle. He's not running with the same willingness to run through somebody. He's not willing to do that shit, right? And I get it. He's protecting that thumb. But
Yeah.
why, if this is the game plan we want to run with, why isn't it Hawkins in there? Because he can do that shit.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, plus Hawkins more explosive at the point of attack. I mean, like I say, like, we don't really know what Hawkins could do because that game against Kent State was so vanilla. We don't really know what he could do, but like,
Absolutely. And let
I
me.
feel like,
Did you watch when Big Bill was talking about how they didn't protect him worth the shit?
man, that's what. Look, we had two true freshman tackles, man.
Yeah.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Like people that you gotta take things into contrast. And look, when they put EPL in the game, that's when you start punching them out from the run game in the second half. So like, man, it's frustrating. Like we could have stepped on their neck in the fourth quarter, like and special teams, man, we gotta clean that up because Satania, that was the ball game right there. When he fumbled the ball, like man, because we was gonna have the ball on like in their territory. We was gonna have the ball. And I'm pretty sure, man, if we didn't turn the ball over right there, we was gonna run the ball, take some time off the clock, and take the lead. Because it was 31-25 at the time. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't the ball game. The ball game was when I think it's like 4 minutes, a little over 4 minutes to go in the game. That was the drive where Ed's only touched the ball one time against a 5-man box.
Against a
The
5-man
last
box.
three the last three drives we played against Ole Miss. Go look at the game. They was in a 5-man box the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've
Because
already
they
watched the game second time. I've already watched the entire second half twice.
want to take away the quick game.
Yeah.
Because like either or, you know what I'm saying? They like pick your fucking like quick game was working early on when they was in the 4-2. They had 6-man in the
Sure.
box.
Sure.
So they switched to a 5-man box, and that's when we should have started running the ball. I mean,
It's
it's
not
not,
that
man.
hard. And
It's
you know what?
not
Guess
hard.
what? Here's the thing. If John Mateer's as good as we keep hearing he is, he could check into the shit.
He should be able
He's
to.
it.
I mean,
He
this is
if you
third
can't
year in the
count to
system.
six, you can't count to six, bro. Come on.
It's
I'm just
frustrating,
saying.
man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just
It's
saying. And
frustrating
like,
because
okay, Jaron O'Neal says this. Appreciate this too. Respectfully and humbly speaking, after being hired, all I kept hearing was his system, his system, his system. Not trying to add insult to injury, but is his system built for the SEC? Not if he's gonna not run the right plays in the right times. I mean, if you're not going to adjust to what's going on the field, your system isn't built for any conference.
I mean, this is the issue I got, Jason. It like, okay, see, it's problematic for me when you work in quick game and it works,
Yeah.
and they switch to a 5-man box, but you don't run the ball. You know, I mean, it's problematic. Like when you see stuff like that, that means that the offense doesn't have a true identity. Here we are, like we finna be in week 10 next week. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And we
Yeah.
still haven't developed an identity as an offense. And it's like when you see Etrod come in and do what he did, you know what I'm saying? But like against Temple, he played they want to try to say he was banged up, but you know, he played in the last series of that game. Like, you know, why is he not getting more snaps? Because he's the running back that can run through the most trash. And he's probably the most lethal in a five versus a 5-man box if you playing
No
10, 11
shit.
personnel.
And you know what? What I saw from him last week showed me that he had the most amount of patience in the hole, where he would wait and see
Exactly.
the hole open up and then move. And I mean, it was just it was smooth. It was smooth what I saw from him. And
Man,
so
he has the best vision amongst all running backs. I mean, Blaylock, you know, he has good vision too, but you know, he just has
he
tunnel
does.
vision. He's
He's
slow.
a young dude too, though. He's going through what X Rob
Full
went through
speed.
last year, right? He's going through what
Yeah,
X Rob went through last year, having to learn.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? So like, I just don't understand how S Rob, man, should be getting no less than 20 carries a game. With for the identity, for the best identity of our team. That's just my opinion. Like, man, with our defense, our running back should like 25, 30 carries a game. That's the recipe, you know what I'm saying, for success because you limiting the offense possessions for your opponent. So it just like, man, it makes sense. Like today, Ole Miss ran 87 plays to our 60 plays. And it shouldn't even been that close. Because at the end of the game, we try to, we thought I'd be like, they down there like they had about 36 minutes to our like 24 or 23 minutes. You know what I'm saying? They've been like, man, in the two games we done lost, it's self-explanatory how we lost the game. Because it's not like these teams are like just punching the ball down our throat. Like I say, Wildcat, had 94 yards on 22 carries. And today, Lacey had 79 yards on 27 carries.
Right.
It's just the fact that they didn't stop doing it.
Yeah, listen. I mean, it is what it is. You have to commit to it, and it's not. Look, wild to me that you would commit to it a week ago against a better defense on the road, but you can't. And a week later in the slop, I mean, it's been raining out here for 3 days, dog. It's been raining out here for three
Right.
days.
That's why I'm saying,
And
considering
in
the
the slop,
weather,
we're not running the fucking football.
man, it's frustrating to watch. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause, like we lost. You got to take it into context. We lost by 8 points today.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? 8 points. You know what I'm saying? Despite, you know what I'm saying, the fumble punt, despite, you know,
Yeah,
being
we should have got blown
almost
the
double
fuck
the
out.
time
Should have got
possession.
blown the fuck out.
You ain't even supposed to be in that game. You know what I'm saying? So that tells you that you beat yourself. Like, and that's
Yep.
what's frustrating. Like when you have a situation to where an offensive coordinator, if you see something's working, like the run game started working in the third quarter, and you go completely away from it in the fourth quarter, trying to run your quarterback instead. Like, okay, they ran one good play with Terry today on the run game when he hit the corner and got 17 yards. Like 17, 18 yards on one run. But man, like Ed's had 9 carries today. Just
Mm-hmm.
9.
Yep.
Blaylock had 6. That's not enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that tells you where we lost the game. But man, Jason, man, I was just tapping in with you, man. I just wanted to get my thoughts on it, man. And,
Man, I appreciate you doing it, man. I always want to hear from you. You know I always want to hear from you, bro. So I
boy,
appreciate you
man,
popping in and hearing it out. And look, man, you're right. You're right. I saw you on Twitter and I was like, if I could have said anything, I would have. But man, I got freaking blocked. I'm out of Twitter because somebody freaking hacked my account, bro.
for real?
Yeah. So I've been like they've had me suspended from Twitter for like 2.5 weeks now. Ain't nothing I can do. Ain't shit I can do.
I didn't know that, man.
But but it is what it is, bro. You already know. You already know. But hey man, I appreciate you coming in and hitting this on. And hey man, feel free to jump in anytime. We'd love to have you.
All right, man. I appreciate you.
All right, Monty. Have a good one, bro. Monty Cisco, our guy. That's my dude, man, right there. That's my dude. Appreciate him. Appreciate him a bunch. What's up, Bishop Frank? Hold on 1 second. I'll bring you in too. All right, let's see. What's up, Bishop? You hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Got you. What's up? What you
All
got to
right,
say?
man. That was one heck of a gut punch by Kippen. Um, after breaking down the film, uh, he schemed us up, and we'll be better for it. But still, I feel that the offense, after breaking down the film, I feel that the offense needs to fully comprehend complementary football because when it gets late in games, that's when it shows up the most. So, Jay, you there? Can y'all hear me in the chat?
Sorry, Bishop. I had to go to the bathroom, man. I was dying here. I was dying here. I've been trying to get away for like 10 minutes. I figured
Al,
you'd
you
keep
good? You
talking.
good? You good?
Then
You
didn't hear
good?
not a damn thing about a fire test or nothing. I couldn't even finish.
Yeah. No, no. After breaking down the film, um, it goes back to the fundamentals of I was on Coach Rick's, and I was just sharing that after breaking down the film, our DNs would get such a deep drop. They were opening up running lanes to where the guard and tackle could go up to the second and third level, and that's where we got two of the touchdowns that Ole Miss got. So,
Yeah.
and and that's fundamental football. That goes back to when we played as kids, knowing that the different type of fits and whatnot, and that's fixable. But the offense, being able to know that you had a player that averaged over 10 plus yards a carry.
12
And you,
yards carry. 12 yards carry.
yeah, I was being facetious, but yeah, 12 yards a carry. And we went away from it when we had something that they didn't understand how to stop that could have been a part of our foundational arsenal and be
Bishop Monty
built
just
off
said
of.
it in here a second ago, man. Monty just said it. He was like, bro, they went from 6 guys in the box to 5, and we stopped running the
That.
football.
Yep. Yep. Oh, well then thank you, Monty. Monty's on the tee. Then what's shaking?
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's wild. It's like, I mean, you can't count to 5 and 6. Come on, man.
Hey, and what it did, it caused our secondary to have to be more accountable. So that's less people in the secondary. And so our passing game, their passing game looked like they just was playing chess and we were playing checkers, when in actuality is because the run was occupying the thought process to where we were thinking instead of playing.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
and
go ahead.
Goated says, regardless of everything BS, if Satania doesn't fumble that return, I think we score and win from there. That's fair to say that, but he did fumble it, and so it all fucking matters.
Yeah. And
It all
you know what?
matters.
Yeah. And go to, hey, okay, I could appreciate that. But then after that, our offense still had an opportunity to seize the moment. And we went three downs and out. You can't do that when you're in what I call championship uh, quarter four. You can't do that against good teams. And the SEC have plenty of them. So with that said, if we wanting subscribing to want to be in that talk, then in order to do that, we have to. The offensive coordinator needs to understand, no matter what it takes, you cannot go three downs and out. You have to. Uh, if I have to run it 3 out of the 4 times and throw one pass, then that's what I'm gonna do, because ultimately I need to matriculate down the field. So I eat up the clock, and also I play field position if I don't make it on one of those next couple of series. The key is understanding down and distance and scenario. And today, uh, Kiffin is lucky that we weren't completely ready for it, but it won't happen again.
Yeah. Yeah. Sooner to win says, tired of hearing we just didn't coach good enough or call good enough plays. Get it done, damn it.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, I'm with you. Hey, no
Me
doubt,
too.
no doubt.
No
And
doubt.
see, this goes back to, remember, we came into the season where the whole coaching staff is on notice that BV's job is on the line. So he ain't lying. That's one of the things. That's why it hurts that much more, because we were in contention and we had everything in our hands and we were playing at home.
So I've been saying this earlier, and I know you just got in here a little while ago, but I was asking this earlier. Do you not let Michael Hawkins get some game time he's got 2 more games he can play in, and it would take a third game before he has to burn that red shirt. Do you not at least give him a shot?
Uh, if I was the coaching staff, I at least have to come to Jesus moment to where we got to at least put it out on the table and make sure we go over it in every possible scenario. But I'm just a fan. At this point, um, how much would it upset the cart if that change came going into Tennessee where we got to play away from home?
Who gives a fuck? Upset the cart. They ain't doing nothing on offense. What are we talking about?
But Jason, okay, what I'm saying is we're 2-2 in the conference, but we're 6-2 overall. And understand, are we still trying to find a way to get to this SEC championship and playoffs? Or are we just playing for his job? You see what I'm saying?
To me, I think that you get aggressive with it no matter what. I think that
Okay.
not going is and here's where I'm not saying anybody has to agree with me.
No,
I
no,
don't
no.
care.
Go ahead.
Here's where I'm at though. To me, the last 3 weeks we've seen John Mateer throw 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. In the Texas game, he had 54% or 52% completions. In this one, he had 54.
Right.
I mean, look, I'm glad he didn't turn the football over, but we're not seeing him run the same either. And if what we like is this quarterback run game, why the fuck are we not putting material for that?
Well, then in that instance, then
I mean, why are we not putting Hawkins in for the damn QB run game? He's faster, quicker. He can. I mean, he's not
that's
afraid to
what I was
put his
about to
body on
say.
the line, and we're not seeing that from Mateer either. That's my question. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's a great question that this coaching staff will have to ponder because the simple fact is what we got on tape now, everybody got, and everybody's gonna try to exploit the same thing that Ole Miss just did. And so I would, hey, to me, if I'm really trying to finish this out, everybody's on the table, and like you said, sometimes you gotta burn red shirts or whatnot. I gotta find a way to win. I gotta put the best
That
product
was
on the field, and if
here's what I said earlier. I was saying this
go
on the
ahead,
phone to a friend of mine earlier, and this
go
is where
ahead.
I said, look, to me, you got to have a fucking conversation. You're going to have 2 conversations. One of them is going to be with your OC, and the second one is going to be with Michael Hawkins and his pops. And it's going to be like, look, here's the deal. We're about to give you a shit sandwich, Mike, because you need to go and play on the road these next 2 games, and
Okay.
we'll get you a we're gonna have an off week between them, but you're gonna have to go and deal with this shit at Tennessee this week because we need to see what we got here. And then if you can win those 2 games, then we're gonna have to have another conversation about your red shirt, man. Because then we'll still have a chance. But if you wait to do this shit till after you've already lost another game or 2, then what the fuck does it matter? Other
Now
than you
here
just saving your job. It's that you're not going to get in the playoff anymore. Why would you
and
not fire that weapon all the way to empty until
because
you don't have a chance?
but see, Jason, on the other foot, would the parents be willing to go for that? Because now they got to protect their kid and understanding. Are you just using my
This is
kid
why
for
I said
just?
it's a conversation to have.
Oh no, I no
But
no.
you're
And
gonna
with
tell me that Mike Senior's not gonna be like, fuck yeah, we're going for the playoff. Hell yeah, go do it. Let's go.
and I
Because
would
if he
say,
goes out there and has a good performance,
mhm.
that doesn't hurt him. I mean, he's able to play 2 more games. He goes out there and performs against Alabama and Tennessee, who are both top 10 teams now. Then he's no matter what, that's just more marketing for him. Doesn't hurt him.
No, it doesn't hurt in that aspect. But then all of a sudden, you have a quarterback controversy that now you have to answer right there on the spot.
Okay. Is this a problem for you?
No, it's not a problem. No, no, no. I'm putting myself in the coaches. No, no, hold on.
I don't give a
Um,
flying fuck if I'm that coach. That's a great problem to have, though.
I hear you, Jason. But the understand is you got to understand it's not just that one, those couple of players. you got an entire team that you got to think of when you make this decision. And the bottom line is, I want to win, but I also understand in order to win, I need to make sure when I make this decision, everybody that's in the decision making is all on board. And ultimately, it's going to fall on me. So it's at least on the table. In fact, it should have already been packages. I don't know what we're talking about. It should already be in packages because other teams have packages for certain players that have a certain skill set. So we're really talking about, are we late to the party in doing it? And have we made
No,
material?
no, because you still have an opportunity to make the playoff. You're not late. And what you are is you're on time if he comes in at the right time. And if the right time would be now. Because if you get, and let's say it don't work. You know what? I haven't seen anything from Hawkins that leads me to believe that there would be a better option. He would be a better option than Mateer. Mateer has passed for 52 and 54% in the two losses that they have. 52 and 54%. He's got one touchdown and three interceptions in those two losses. What the fuck are you talking about? Explain that to me. So before you say things like that, remember that I'm coming back at you with that. And understand something. I'm not saying that it's going to work. I'm telling you, you better fucking find out. Because if you don't, then it's coaching malpractice. End of story. When you've got a quarterback that's passing for 50% in your two losses, it's coaching fucking malpractice to not go and see if the other guy would be a better option. Go ahead, Bishop.
No, no, this is all about spitting fire. The simple fact is, if you do that, that's the thing. With this, with everything that's on the line, there's no guarantees. So the bottom line is, I don't see no problem, but you better hit. There's no room for if, ands, and buts. You got to win the game. If what we're trying to achieve, the ultimate goal is we got to go 1-0 each and every week. So if he allows you to do that, absolutely put him in the game. But is he the best fit for right now for what you need? And if nothing else, why not include him?
Let me ask you this question. Is he the best fit? Is he not a better fit to do what John Mateer's doing than John Mateer? When he's faster, he's not injured.
I hear what you're saying, and
Come on,
I
man.
totally agree with you. Uh, let's just go brass tacks. The bottom line is, you need to find out what you got, and I don't see no problem in doing it. In fact, if you're gonna do it when it's on the road, because he seems to thrive in on the road type of situation.
Yeah, basically just keep losing with Mateer instead of trying anything else. That's what people like Bastiat and
What
others
you
say.
know,
Silly shit. Silly
in
shit.
all fairness, J. Ro, you know, you good. The simple fact is ultimately the bottom line. I just want to find a way to go 1-0 each and every week, and be have a way better win loss record than last year. And more than anything, I want to prove that we deserve to be in the SEC and that we're complimentary and we're going places. In order to do that, we have to have some big wins. So no better time than if that's the choice that this coaching staff does. I'm behind it, because the simple fact is, BV came through with building us a defense. There's times that gone are the days of the Ravens 2000 defense, where you can hold them to a certain deal and, hey, you just get me this amount of points. Nowadays, every team has something that their scheme can expose a lot of stuff that you got to constantly make sure that you're keep moving the level of a situation. And so, with that said, hey, everything is on the table because we're 6-2 and 2-2 in the SEC, and we got everything to play for.
No, I agree with that. I
Yeah,
agree
but
with that.
now, here's what I'm saying, and I don't care who's starting. It
I don't either.
still comes. It
Play the
still
damn
comes
game.
that. It still comes down to um, our OCs and DCs making sure they stay complementary. So, i.e., if X Rob is on 9 carries goes for 109, and that's 12 yards, 12 plus yards a carry,
Yeah.
then he becomes he's the hot hand, and he becomes the base of your schematics of what you're working off of. Because the whole thing is he has changed their mind frame to where he's affecting the game. So you run everything through him, and it allows us to keep the upper hand and keep them thinking. When they're thinking, we have a better chance of winning.
Yeah. I mean, to me, if it's look, I think you have to give them every shot they can. They still have an opportunity to make the playoffs. As long as you have that opportunity, I think you have to fire your gun empty.
And I get where
That's
you're
all I'm
coming
saying.
from, and
That's
I
all I'm
can
saying, man. I don't care
I,
how it goes.
yeah, I know, but here's the ultimate, and we had a real good conversation. Is that the ultimate? Once I broke down the film, and if I could show you, you would be like, well, why did he rush so far up the field? Because before he was getting to the quarterback. Now all of a sudden we had someone that's playing chess with us that was ready and had watched the film and was ready to make that adjustment and hit us when we did do that. Now it's up on us to know that everybody else has that same film, and you have to make that adjustment and be ready in the next game. Because understand they did nothing new that that hurt us. What hurt us is us not understanding the down and distance and what's going on, and
Yeah.
why the all of a sudden you were easy to get up the field, and then here they come back with number 5 running right where you used to be.
There you go. Yeah. Listen, it is what it is. It is
But
what it is, man.
Jason, the whole thing is you love this team, and like you said, you want to go out guns a blazing and leave nothing unturned. So my
I don't
thing is,
understand leaving. I don't understand leaving a magazine full, or even one bullet left in your gun if you're trying to win. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
if you're in a firefight, you got to shoot that ass off until you're done. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I appreciate that, and
And that's what
that's no,
shooters keep shooting. That's what I mean. Another one. That's
yeah,
another example. You know, you gonna tell
yeah,
Steph Curry to quit fucking shooting before
no,
the clock gets down to one?
no, no,
Just saying.
and I'm gonna be honest to you, uh, our offensive line in the second half dominated them,
Yeah,
dominated.
it did, and
When they
it
came to
didn't
the
have a
run,
chance in the first half to do it.
the thing is it was a mutter day, and it was more X Rob day, and I
Yeah.
wish he could have seen that early on because when it's a mutter day, you want someone. When we say mutter, it's rainy day. The footing is
Yeah, the
you have
mutter,
to
like
actually,
a horse is a mutter. You know,
yeah,
yeah, you
yeah,
got some that only that are running better in the slop. I get it.
yeah.
Makes
And
sense.
so today, and what happened is all of a sudden they didn't have an answer for X Rob,
Yeah,
and they
and
changed their whole defense. Like you said, they went from 6 to 5.
you should have ran it harder, even more.
Thank you.
Son of a bitch. It's wild shit, man. It's wild stuff. And look, guys, it don't take a fucking genius because I'm not one. Damn sure ain't one. Everybody in here could see it. But
Yeah,
hey,
eh,
man, we've been going for 2 hours and 10
yeah.
minutes.
I
It's late.
appreciate you for allowing me to come in. Hey,
Love you, man. Appreciate you.
hey, one love, one love. Salute, fam. Hey, 1-0. The simple fact is they're not going to stop. Everybody wants a pound of flesh of us.
It is what it is. Yeah, and I
All
mean,
right, man.
somebody said it earlier, and I'm like, oh shit. House Money was talking about. He said, Lane just exposed how to beat our defense.
Yeah.
May have. So we'll
Yeah.
see how it goes,
All
man.
right, man.
It ain't gonna
Thank
get
you, man.
easier. It ain't gonna get easier.
Yep.
All right, man. All love. Mars, I promise you that O'Neal throws it better than Mateer does. I guarantee it. That I can guarantee. Right? All right. Oh, well, Neilio, I appreciate you saying so, but I know better. I appreciate everybody coming in, guys. We're going to go ahead and get on that one. Hey, if you like what you saw, if you had a certain part of this show that you enjoyed and you're on Twitter or Insta or wherever, take a clip of it and share it so we can get more people to come watch. We'd appreciate it. Guys, appreciate everybody coming in. Love you guys all. Hey, let's see how it goes for the next few weeks. I wouldn't expect anything that I said to happen, but I'm hoping that it does. And I just hope that they find a way to win enough games, man. This is a playoff caliber defense, and I think you have enough offensive firepower to get in and make noise in the playoffs too. It's a coaching problem more than anything, if you ask me. Appreciate everybody coming in. Thank you for the chat, Ginger. We'll see you on the next one. Are you tired of your game day gear looking like it's stuck in the offseason? Well, step up your fandom with Hall of Fame College Football's official Fanatics partner store. Whether you're a diehard Oklahoma Sooners fan like myself, bleeding Crimson and Cream, or you rep another one of the SEC's heavy hitters, Fanatics has you covered. Shop thousands of officially licensed hats, jerseys, sideline polos, and exclusive championship merch from the entire Power 4 and Group of 6 too. All shipped directly to your doorstep and fast. Want to gear up like your favorite coaches and players? Are you looking for that perfect tailgate tee or a statement piece for your man cave? Fanatics is your one-stop shop for authentic college football gear from everybody that plays the game. So do yourself and your team a favor. Click our link in the description or simply log on to hofmedia.us/fanatics. That's hofmedia.us/fanatics. And you can shop everything that you want for the best prices of the day right on our Fanatics partner page.